Hello, and welcome to Senior Speak New Hampshire. My name is Dan Wise. I'm a volunteer at AARP, which is sponsor for this show. Today, we are going to talk about a program that offers discovery, meeting interesting people, and learning. It's the OLLI, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at UNH. And it's a statewide program offering courses and activities for people 50 years and older. And it's based right here in New Hampshire. There are several regions, and we'll get right into that in a moment. My guest is Tony Ann Levitt. She's director of OLLI at UNH. Welcome, Tony Ann. Thanks for coming. Please tell us about what OLLI is.
Thanks, Dan. I'm really excited to be here and share more about what OLLI is with everybody. So OLLI, as you mentioned, is the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, and we are housed at the University of New Hampshire. Here we have 4 learning regions that are the capital area, Manchester, Seacoast, and Mount Washington Valley. So our program spans quite a large part of the state. And we offer classes that are just for the enjoyment of learning, no tests, no grades, no homework, no credit for those 50 and over. Mm-hmm. And we offer those classes in person, in our classrooms, online, and even out in the community. So we have some opportunities for people to get out and explore their state in a variety of ways as well. Yeah. And we are membership driven and volunteer based. And Mr. Osher, who is the large funder of our organization, where the Osher part of our name comes from, is heavily into making sure that our members and the learning community that we have are influencing the direction of our programming. So it's a great opportunity for us to share and to engage in the fun part of academics and not have to worry about all the other stuff that goes with it.
What's the connection with UNH? How does that work, and
so
what does
UNH,
it benefit from? How does that benefit you?
It's our host institution.
Mm-hmm.
So they provide building resources for us. They provide infrastructure. Myself and my team are employees of the university, and so they really work with us to develop the programming and support it throughout the state, mm-hmm. And to provide exciting opportunities for our members. And we're even looking at, now that we're part of the university, doing some exciting intergenerational programming. So hopefully getting involved with some young students.
Oh, maybe down the road we'll have to hear about that. I think that's a great option. So and just in terms of the calendar right now, we're taping this in the fall. This program is going to be broadcast during the month of November 2025. And it's going to be a couple, you kind of have a little bit of a program that's kind of a schedule follows a little bit like what UNH does. You have a few short things in January, but then the offerings, the next set of offerings happens in February, starting in February. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. So we offer 2 semesters a year, fall and spring. Our spring semester will begin February. Our registration will open that first Monday. And in the interim, we're trying to provide some online courses for members so they can continue to stay involved in our learning community. And those will be short courses, 1 or 2 session opportunities, things that we might not fit into a regular semester or we know more members would be interested in. But we have so many courses happening during the term. We have almost 150 courses that we want to make sure more people can access that course itself. And so we'll run February through June for our regular 16-week semester.
So now I think there's, looking at the catalog, and there's like quite a variety of types of of classes. Some are like one-shot. There's some that are one-shot deals, and then what's a more elaborate one? How long would a more elaborate one be?
So our courses run 1 session to 6 sessions.
6, okay.
And the longest we have a few 6 sessions. They tend to be more our film courses. So those are heavily discussion based. You go, you can watch a film with your fellow classmates, and then you have a discussion about that film. You talk about the content, the theme, any questions you may have, and have that discussion. So those tend to run 6 weeks. But we do offer 2-session, 3-session courses as well, a couple 4-session coming up in the next semester. But we try to offer 1 and 2 sessions so people can enjoy more and fit it in with their daily lives and their routine. And so it's not anything that's too overbearing on their schedule.
Yeah, don't have to be too committed to it. Like, you know, I know like Ken Burns' documentary on the American Revolution is coming out, and it's like I always feel guilty because it's like I don't want to sign up for however many, you know, it's like I think this one's going to be 6 nights, 2 hours each, and it's like I'm not ready to commit to that much.
That's a long time, yeah. We've actually had a couple of classes in my past experiences based on his series. So, and those classes are about 10 weeks long just to get through them.
Well, there's so much, you know, that's not what we're here to talk about. But so now there's also courses that are like walking tour things, right? There's some,
we do some exciting things out in our community. We have what we like to call outdoor adventures, where you can do things like go do a short hike or a walk. Some of our most popular are exploring Ordian State Park. We also have our walking tours right here in Concord. We do a tour of downtown New Hampshire's Main Street. And we also do a tour of the Granite State Candy Shop at least every semester. So that's a fun behind-the-scenes tour. So we try to do things for people who might want to be very active, or just people who might want to get out and see the things in New Hampshire that they haven't had an opportunity to see before.
And these are things that, like both Odiarn Point and Granite State Candy Shop, it's like something that you encounter every day. And this kind of program gives the opportunity to do it with somebody who really knows what they're talking about and can explain. That sounds like a great idea. The Black Heritage Trail, you probably do some programs in Portsmouth. And I think that the other thing that impressed me about the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute is just the emphasis on volunteers being kind of running the content, determining the content of the program, it sounds like. Can you talk a little about how the courses are set up and picked and set up and run?
Sure. We have 4 curriculum committees, and they work all year long throughout the state. They go and they find courses, potential presenters they might think be of interest based on feedback in our evaluations, areas that we might want to fill in our curriculum that we discuss statewide, or some of our favorite themes. Everyone loves a history course at Ollie, so we try to to switch it up and get different areas, different perspectives on those types of courses. And they'll have those presenters submit a proposal. We review those proposals statewide and set up a schedule, Zoom and in-person courses that are available. And then we confirm those with the presenters and then get it out to our members in a catalog and online and try to advertise those classes as much as we can. But it is very volunteer driven, and we could not build our curriculum without those volunteers. We love everything that they bring in, the presenters they find, the connections they make in our community. So it's a really valuable asset to our program.
Yeah, and do you have opportunities for people to volunteer who don't want to who maybe want to take classes, but they're not the kind of person who wants to be up front presenting?
Yeah, we try to have a volunteer opportunity for anybody who wants to get involved, and I like to say we meet our volunteers where they are. So if you want to bake brownies and bring it to a preview event, if you want to just be a door greeter and just do that one-time thing, if you want to be a class assistant and help us take attendance that day, or if you want to be in a committee or teach a class and be more committed, we have volunteer opportunities that run the gamut and are available to anyone who wants to be involved in our learning community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. So, and now this is a membership. There's a membership component to that. Can you explain how that works and what the rationale is for that?
So all Osher Institutes, and I didn't reference this before, but there actually are 124 across the country, are membership-based. programs, and it's a $50 fee to be a member for the year, which gives you access to our courses, which each have a small fee affiliated with them that range from $25 to $55, depending on the number of sessions of that course. And then we also have our shared interest groups, which are available to our members, and those are classes where, or outside of classes where maybe they didn't get to finish a topic, or maybe they wanted to have a more in-depth conversation. We actually had a shared interest group come out of a civics course because they wanted to kind of sidetrack on a specific topic that wasn't in the curriculum at that time. So they created this group where they could get together and have this discussion. We have people who like to hike more than once a semester. So they get together and they have a hiking shared interest group. We have game days that people can come and play board games, learn a new game. You know, you can play bridge with some people if you want, and we have that available to our members. We also do mug and muffin socials, so we provide different opportunities. So being a member of OLLI is more than just coming to classes. It's really getting into and integrating yourself into the community and being able to experience those opportunities. I think our most popular one from the summer was the ice cream trails that our volunteers put together, and they would go to different ice cream shops and try them throughout the state, and it was a fun opportunity just to socialize and get out and maybe try a new flavor or two or something.
Maybe you should get somebody from the UNH who is in the dairy program to talk about.
That was a great course idea.
What's in ice cream and how to make it and all that. Now, if you are somebody who is got maybe the $50 is a little bit hard for you to handle, are there some ways that you make it accessible to folks who are lower income?
Yes, so one of our core values is accessibility to our community, and it's really important to the program and to myself that anybody who wants to benefit from our program can do so. So we have course fee assistance, which is a simple phone call to me, and we just talk about why you want to be involved in OLLI, and then I get your information so I can register you, and I take care of the process on the back end of registering you for all of your courses and your membership and everything that you need. So it's a non-invasive process, but our goal is to make sure that we are accessible to anybody who would like to participate.
Okay, that's great to know. And now we've been remiss. We haven't really talked about like some really good We've talked about a couple examples of classes. So what are the most? You say history is kind of a big topic. What are some of the kind of the big groupings of topics?
I would say history is our number one, followed by arts and humanities, a lot of art appreciation courses, a lot of creative arts courses. We have knitting, we have decorating Ukrainian eggs, we used to have a quilting class that was quite popular for a while. That was available to our members. Also literature, film courses, science and technology is a big area as well. So we'll have iPhone courses, learn to use your laptop, learn to, we had a couple AI courses recently where they talked about artificial intelligence.
How to use it, that kind of thing. Wow.
And then I think a most recent one was 3D printing up in Mount Washington Valley. So we try to run the gamut on whatever people might be interested in learning and have something for everybody that's available in our curriculum.
Okay, so now how do people find out about it? And one of the things and maybe this is the time to show it. We have a video. We have a video that is some of the course instructors will make sort of a testimonial video introducing themselves and introducing the topic. And so we're going to run that one. Can you tell me the name of that?
Sure. It's actually by a woman named Catherine Power, and she wrote a book about her journey, and the class is called Surrender, My Journey from Gorilla to Grandmother. So she talks about her path in life and shares that story and the importance of it. And it's a very powerful course. We've had it in multiple regions and has been quite popular. Yeah. She does a great job. So she'll do a brief introduction on what that class is to share for people who might want to know more.
Yeah, I watched that video. She's in the 70s, she was an anti-war anti-war radical, and apparently she got pretty deep into it because she was on the run at some point. And she went through a number of ethical and moral conversions about that, and so I wish I was being able to take that course. It was offered in the fall, maybe, but you say it's been offered more than once.
Yes, we try to offer that at least once a year, as long as she's willing to join us and continue to share her story. So it's great.
We'll run that video, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Catherine Power, and I'm happy to be telling you about my upcoming course at UNH. I'll be reading excerpts from my memoir, Surrender: My Journey from Guerrilla to Grandmother. In that book, I recount my trajectory from student activist against the Vietnam War to guerrilla revolutionary, a misguided 1970s bank robbery, the drama of close calls on the lam, and settling into what appears to be an ordinary life, but it's unsustainable with lies, and eventually a surrender to the FBI. People magazine named me one of 1993's most intriguing people of 1993 after that surrender. It was only the first of many surrenders to follow. In this memoir, I reflect on questions of responsibility, remorse, forgiveness, and the individual's intersection with history. I explore what this journey and its lessons might have to offer us in the times we are faced with today. I think it will particularly resonate with members of the OLLI community, many of whom lived through the upheavals of the Vietnam War, the years against which this event was set. Following the reading of excerpts, we'll have Q&A and discussion. I always find this part of the presentation thought-provoking and rich with insights. I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, well, so that's one example. There are courses that are offered like almost every time, or is there some reruns that are just so popular that people want to take them? Word of mouth means people want to take them.
Yeah, so we do have quite a few courses that are very popular. We'll have wait lists for some of our courses. And I always encourage people to get on those wait lists because we might get a second section or might be able to move to a larger classroom and work with the presenter. For example, our Portsmouth Naval Shipyard tour we run every semester. That's a very popular one. Also, a more recent course that's become popular is From Motown to Key West. It's about 60s and 70s pop rock and more. That's a really fun course with one of our newer volunteer presenters, and he's been great. And he's done that for us a few times and in multiple regions. So for the classes that are more popular, and we try to get them run a couple of times a year and rotate the regions, or even sometimes put them online to access more people so that our members can benefit from them.
Yeah. How big are the classes? What are the ranges?
The average size we try to stick to is about 30. Some of our other presenters will take more than that, and we have classrooms that can fit about 70 to 75. So we try to offer to as many people as possible, and we work with each presenter based on their comfort level, based upon whether or not we have a classroom for them at that time, and sometimes presenters like a more intimate discussion, so they'll be more willing to offer a second session rather than expand that class. So we have a lot of those going on. And actually we just offered 2 sections of our kitchen chemistry course out on the seacoast, so people can learn to prep some hors d'oeuvres or some different things that they might want, so they can host some parties. And that's a really popular class that's been this term as well.
Well, yeah, I would think cooking is something that would be definitely interesting. So I was looking at, and I think we've ticked this off. I was looking at something from the National Osher Foundation, which kind of listed the traits that the programs are supposed to share. And they said a diverse repertoire of intellectually stimulating non-credit courses and activities, specifically designed for people who are 50 and older. Participants are offered membership and significant opportunities for volunteer engagement and leadership. So, as you were saying before, it's about more than just offering courses. It's a way to be involved. And then strong support from the host institution, in your case, UNH, and also Dartmouth. There's something called Osher at Dartmouth, so the Upper Valley has a program as well that is probably not as extensive as the UNH one. Is it newer?
No, they've been there for quite a long time, over 20 years as well.
Oh, okay.
They're quite extensive, but every Osher program is different, and it's designed to reflect its learning community. So they will gear their academics and their courses to their membership base up in that part of the state.
It's a little more Ivy League up there.
I think they enjoy everything just like we do, but great program as well.
Yeah, and so there's that one, and then the other two traits. There's established mechanisms for evaluating member satisfaction, and having a sound and stable organizational structure. So that last one is you. You better make sure the whole thing has got a good base, good structure.
We work very hard,
right?
and our volunteers are great at helping provide that support too.
Yeah. Now, there are, I don't know if it's, I always try to talk about this, there's evidence that getting out there and learning and socializing for older people is good medicine. This from one of the things that, and then not only is it good medicine for the individual, it's good for society, and it's another way to fight ageism. Is to be involved in an organization or in activities like this, because you have the opportunity to kind of build yourself up and to have something to offer, whether it's courses in OLLI or it's taking the things that you learned and sharing it with other people. That's why the intergenerational thing could be really great to see how that works out in the future. So what other motivations do you find that people cite in participating in these programs?
There are so many benefits, I believe, and I've been involved in the Osher community here and back in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I moved from for over 10 years. And even studies have shown that even a minimum of 2 hours a week of volunteering can have like resounding health benefits for decades to come. And it's something that I truly embrace and that I encourage people to participate in. And we want to battle the epidemic of isolation and loneliness in the 50-plus population, especially when people are not able to potentially drive or commute as much as they used to or do the things that they used to. And so that's why we offer our online programming at about 30% of what we do in our academics, to make sure that we're reaching as many people as we can. And then in addition to that, we want to make sure that we're stimulating and through our discussion and our conversation. So every course that we offer, even if it's a tour or something out in the community or a walk in the woods, we make sure it has an educational component, something that keeps everybody thinking, keeps them engaged, and kind of sparks an interest or something. We encourage our volunteers to bring their skills that they may have had managing a household or working in corporate America, and to help benefit the program. Another great thing for my team working with volunteers is it allows us to keep costs affordable for our members, because we are able to maintain a small team and to leverage the skills that our volunteers bring to the table and to work alongside them, which is a great opportunity. And also an opportunity for people to learn new skills. We have taught many people how to use Zoom. We have taught many people how to be a Zoom moderator and run their own classes or to help us out.
Oh, that's right. You said that you have a Zoom. You kind of have a regular
We do, yep. We teach people how to use Zoom for free as an opportunity every semester before our term starts, in case they see something that piques their interest. and we want to make sure that we're continuing to allow people to engage. Retirement is a very big thing, a huge step in life, because you're out in the community and engaging and active, and then it's a very big shift. And well, some people like to go on vacation, and then once they do that, they're not sure what to do with themselves, so they can come back and join Ollie and to continue to participate and engage, and maybe try a class or two that they didn't get to in college because they were, so dedicated to their academic track at that time.
But there's no quizzes, right?
There's no quizzes. Nope, just for fun.
No, just for fun. Well, and then the evaluations are of the course and of the experience, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we do ask for that feedback, and then the most important question on our evaluations is, what other classes would you like to take? That's a huge piece of our feedback loop. Make sure that we're staying relevant with what our membership is.
Do you have any kind of wish list of something that you haven't found a way to share with the Ollie community of any kind of course? Or
I think
topic?
language courses. There's a new peak interest in foreign language courses as more people are traveling in their retirement, especially at the beginning of the retirement. And so I think that is a huge area that would be fun to provide courses in to new and continuing members.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, or get some people from Quebec come down.
Right?
But there's a lot of languages right here in New Hampshire, actually, with new Americans and with various ethnic groups in the state. That's great. So, all right, now this program might be going, people may be viewing this on social media, not in November. Give people an idea of when they can find out about Ollie courses, and we'll also have a slide showing the website address for Ollie. So you're saying sometime end of January and February, beginning of February is when you have registration begin?
That's when registration begins. Our list of courses and our catalog will come out in early January and be available on our website, or you can call our office, which the phone number is also on that slide, and we would be happy to mail a catalog to anybody who's interested. So you can go through it and highlight and circle the ones you might like, earmark the pages, and be ready for that February registration date.
Do you put the catalog? Do you drop the catalogs anywhere, like libraries or senior places?
We have them in many libraries, and because we actually get so many out into the community, we offer them as like one that stays at the library for people, so they can go and look at it. And if they want one, they can call or they can go online.
Got it.
And so we are trying to be, eco-friendly and not print too many catalogs.
Generate a lot of paper. Either you do too many or you do too little, and you get too many, you got them, lying around, and they're not really useful after the registration. And then the membership thing, you can join anytime.
Yes.
And it's $50, and it will be for like a full year, right?
It's for a year, yes. So renewals happen in February or August, and if you don't renew or join at that time, we lump yours in the next one, which is most recent, to make sure you get the max out of your membership.
Okay, so if you joined in December,
we would consider that a February.
Okay. Now, what about if you're the kind of person who's a little cautious about things? How can you kind of test things out before you sign up for a membership or you sign up for a course?
Good question. You always want to, check it out before you buy. So we offer the opportunity for anybody to be a one-time guest to a course, and you can call our office to make sure there's a seat available and that you receive the information about where to park if you need a parking permit. And we also want to make sure we let our volunteers know you're coming so they can welcome you and answer any questions you may have. And we'll give you all that information on where to be a guest in that course. Okay. And then you can either choose to join or maybe hold off for another semester if you choose to. But I think we have something for everybody, so I'm convinced anybody who tries us out is going to love it.
Good. You're a good salesperson. So the January term thing, so do you have any idea what you're offering then, and are they like 1 or two shot?
There'll be
things?
one or two. Those will be available on our website in the next month or so. We're currently finishing building our spring curriculum and putting our catalog together. And we have had a few presenters that might not be able to teach during that February to June part who have offered to do our January courses. So we're kind of lining those up and nailing those down, and then we'll have them out before December.
So sometime in the month of November, at the OLLI website, which is UNH.edu/OLLI, we'll put the slide up again for the program. And I want to thank you, Tony Ann, for coming in. This has been really interesting, and I want to just encourage the viewers of Senior Speak New Hampshire. If you have any ideas for programs or topics that you think the show should do, you can write to nh@aarp.org and do RE Senior Speak, and the folks at the AARP New Hampshire office will get those to me. And check out the OLLI program. Tony Ann, once again, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll join you next month.